Okay, this is part two in a series about how to befriend movement when it has been something that you've either dreaded or used to numb out or have thought of as sort of an obligation for many years, as so many of us do. And step two in this series is to find a new reason why you are moving. So many of us had gotten into sort of a mindset of paying for our food with our exercise, or maybe having a physical goal that you were kind of chasing, because of the conditioning around diet culture and idealizing certain body shapes. And so we went into movement kind of putting a visual in our minds. I know I sure did, of like, I'm doing this because I want to look like blank. And it's no wonder that that's not a particularly motivating thing, not to mention the fact that it fuels really unhealthy and unhelpful narratives about our body and our value and our worth. So if you've been conditioned that way for years, decades, like me, and you're on this journey to find a way to engage movement as a thing that is healing and nourishing and supportive of your day-to-day life, especially the mental health benefits and things, we have to find out a new reason to move, a new image to put in our minds that helps us get out of bed in the morning or helps us, get up from our desk in the middle of the day and take a few minutes to whatever your thing is that you, based on your exploration in step one, have decided are the things that feel the most nourishing and beneficial in your body. Trying to also, break the inertia of your day-to-day habits and actually start to do those movement practices consistently is a whole new thing. So we have to define a movement why that is tied to making our lives better. So in the book, I talk about, having a set of personal values that you kind of wake up every day and know, like, these are the top five things that I know add value to my life. Brene Brown talks about having your joy and meaning ingredients list. So oftentimes we are kind of caught up in sort of the habitual nature of our day to day and maybe not questioning exactly why we're doing things. So this is one of those moments where you get to sit back and go, I don't know, why do I spend that many hours, in the grocery store or whatever? Well, is that a thing I need to do and should be doing? Or could I outsource that? So when we commit to spending time in movement, we ideally want to have a life goal. I find that my clients are most motivated and most connected to goals that are related to kind of life experiences or things that make memory. And often those are relationship driven. So maybe you want the ability to take morning walks with your partner into old age. Maybe you have grandkids and you want to be able to, um, get on the floor and play with them. And so getting down and getting up is really important to you. And maybe you have a trip or an experience or a hike that you'd like to do, that you want to prepare for, or maybe you really enjoy skiing and you want to make sure you keep that in your life as long as possible. Um, we want to be orienting ourselves around the kinds of goals that give life meaning, and the size of your waist does not give life any meaning. It doesn't matter. You will show up as the same person regardless of what size pants you're wearing. So we need to get rid of all of that, and tie the movement practice to those life-giving, fulfilling experiences. And it may be that you kind of start with one, and then once you achieve that or experience that, you have something else. But at its most basic, you have to understand that movement is like a vocabulary. As a kid, you explore your environment, you learn how to move your body in certain ways, and we become more, complicated in our movements as we learn sports and dance and games and things like that. And then we get into our older age and we don't necessarily invest time in practicing that vocabulary. And so just like a foreign language, you could lose some of your pieces of your vocabulary. So we also want to pay attention to what are those movement activities that you use on a regular basis that you don't want to lose. Um, and so that is also a whole set of objectives and reasons why we move. Um, and so hopefully you can connect to something in there that we talked about. Really take time visualizing yourself doing the things that you want to be doing and let that be. the what helps you rev your engine to get ready for moving every single day. And I'll see you in the next step.